Well, Adrian, season going along beautifully. The other night was just fantastic. You must be happy with the team's performance.
Yeah, it was a great night. Obviously a sold-out stadium, which was very nice, and a good performance from the boys. So, yeah, things are travelling along nicely, and now we're in touching distance of the Mariners, and we can really start putting some pressure on them.
That was one rivalry. Another rivalry this weekend, though, against the Heart. How do you prepare for this weekend?
Yeah, look, it won't be any different to what we usually do. It's obviously a big game, and we're expecting a big crowd again, which is exciting. And I mean, that's the best thing about playing for this club. You're always looking for big crowds and exciting matches. And Sydney one week, Melbourne Heart the next. It's a good time to be involved.
Second on the ladder, Ange said a few days ago that the next task is the Central Coast. Is that the playing group's thought as well, that the Central Coast Mariners are the target in this competition?
Oh, obviously they're 5 points clear of us at the moment, and we've sort of had that hurdle getting into the top two for a while now, and finally we've cracked that. And now it's important that we consolidate our position there and put some pressure on the Mariners, because we think we're playing some good football, and the confidence is up, and it's now's the most important time of the season, and we can keep improving and keep building on what we've done. Hopefully it's an exciting finish to the season.
Is the ultimate aim to actually finish on top, or is it to just have that sort of form and that sort of stability and structures and things heading into the finals?
Oh, look, we've got a coach that sets high standards, and before the Sydney game, his message to us was, let's get the 3 points today, and then let's really have a crack at top spot. So, look, it's very exciting. It's a good time to be involved at the club. We're playing some good football, and we still know we can get better, which is probably the most exciting thing. And when you've got players like Rojas and things like that, who you don't know if they're going to be around next year, you need to capitalise on that, and we'll be doing everything we can to keep the pressure on the Mariners.
Speaking of Rojas, obviously, he doesn't seem to be fazed at all by the attention and that Juventus, Liverpool coming out to see him, still seems to go about his business.
Yeah, we keep him on his toes in the dressing room, which probably helps him a bit. But look, he's a great kid, and he's got a good head on his shoulders, and I think he's got a good network around him. So we're not too fazed about all that talk. I mean, the game we play, we know that stuff happens, and there's always speculation about players going here, there, and everywhere. And in Australia, I suppose they're not as used to it as what happens in Europe, so it's a bit different. But look, he's doing very well, and he's a great young talent, and hopefully he can finish the season on a high, and the club can as well.
From the stands, he's so exciting to watch. What's he like to watch out there in the middle?
Yeah, my job isn't to really watch him. I'm meant to be organising the defence when he's up the other end of the park, which he's making it a bit hard at times. But look, he's been fantastic, and we've always known he's had the talent, but I think under Ange he's really blossomed and really matured as a player, and I'm sure he'll keep developing in the way what he has in the last 6 months.
Do you sort of give him any advice on what to expect, like heading to Europe at a young age? You obviously went to Fulham yourself and things like that. Have you sort of told him about the pitfalls and stuff that can sort of you get him?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to talk too much about him, because his main job is Melbourne victory, and I keep telling him I'm sick of talking about him, but in press conferences. But look, I've told him my situation and what I did, and I think it's good that there's so many people caring about his next decision, because he's such a talent. He needs to make a decision where the club he goes to suits his style of football. And that might be to stay at Melbourne victory for another year. We don't know that. Another 12 months could be good for his development. So we're not ruling that out. But look, I think, like I said, he's got a good network around him. He's got a fantastic coach here who will give him good advice. And I've said to him, just listen to your coach here and take that on board, because he's got Melbourne victory at heart, but he's also got a special player at heart as well.
Heart lost another player today in Aziz Bayic. Does that have an impact, you think, on the game this weekend? They've obviously lost another key player on top of the ones that they've already lost.
I didn't even know they've lost him. Has he? Okay. Look, that's interesting. You put me on the spot, but look, they've had a big week. Obviously, Vinny Grella having to retire, which is, I suppose, sad for Australian football, because he's been such a great serve, and now obviously as it is, it's a good opportunity for him, I suppose, and something we need to capitalise on. So, look, our focus every week, no matter who we're coming up against, we had Del Piero last week, but we didn't even really speak about him. We focused on what we want to do on the football pitch, and that's showing in the way we're playing. We're dominating a lot of games now, and it's enjoyable to play in that team.
Adrian, basically, obviously everything's going swimmingly on the park and that, but the last sort of few weeks have seen Ange make a couple of changes to the squad and things like that. Does it get a little bit hard, sort of like, I don't know, keeping everyone's minds on track when there are comings and goings and things like that, and a little bit of uncertainty behind the scenes?
I mean, we're all professionals, and we all know, you know, in the environment we live in and the job that we have, there is going to be change at times, and especially in January, which you know, there's always change in football. So, no, Ange has brought in a few very talented kids, which is exciting. And I think for us, you know, it's exciting to see those kids come in, and for the future of this club. You know, Ange is he's got a record of bringing young players, and you know, the fans are probably the most excited because in 2 or 3 years, 4 or 5 years, the club's going to be in a very good spot. So it's good that we're in a position now where we're pushing to contend, but you know, with one eye on the future as well. So it's you know, I think the club's in good hands. Obviously,
this time last year, the club was struggling. There was sort of coaching changes. You obviously must feel a little bit sorry for places like Adelaide and Brisbane where those sort of coaching changes are happening. But sort of reflecting on that sort of 12 months, Ange really has sort of brought that stability that you used to sort of have under Ernie as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, look, we had a tough time, but you know, you go through ups and downs in football, and you're never going to win every single year. It's just not the way it works. But look, under Ange, we've got that stability again. It's a really enjoyable place to be, and the players are really enjoying it. I think the fans are enjoying it, and we're excited. We're pushing each other every day. We just had a pretty heavy session today, so it doesn't get any easier. But look, we know where we're at, and we're expected to improve and have a crack at it this year.